here every now and
You
then.
like when it gets dark at 4:30?
No,
I can't. Okay,
that's the worst.
I can't stand
It's terrible. It is actually brighter in the mornings though, which is nice because I get up early like you guys do.
I mean, it doesn't matter for us. It's
Doesn't
dark.
matter. It's dark.
When
It's
we get
dark.
up.
It's
It's
fine.
time.
Get up.
So it doesn't matter.
Get up. Go to work.
Well, were you surprised at the lack of activity by your beloved New England Patriots yesterday?
Yeah, I actually was. And I'm going to just put it out there. I think I actually did more work at the deadline than the Patriots did because I've dove into 2 DMs, sliding into someone's DMs.
Okay.
I hit up Trey Hendrickson, and I was just like, come to New England. You can stay at my house. We'll do pass rush in the backyard.
I like that one.
So I'm trying to get a pass rusher here
Right.
because I think that's a big need.
Huge
Getting a pass rusher, and now we have this little window to go and get as much talent as you can. And if you think back, I want you to think back of the last few Super Bowls and even the Patriot losses. Like, let's think to like 2011 when we played the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
They beat us with their front.
Yep.
Let's think about the loss to the Eagles. They beat us with their front.
07
and
front.
no Butler.
07 with their front.
Yep.
Let's think about last year's Super Bowl. How did the Eagles win?
Their front.
Their front.
Yep.
So if you can get after people, or on the reverse side of that, if you can't protect your quarterback, which what does the last 2 weeks look like here?
Yeah.
You're in trouble. So I know we're 7-2. I'm happy. Great. We're 7-2. But if you keep pushing forward and you lose a couple guys just because during the season you're going to lose guys, but we keep going through this season, you're going to stumble. And I think last week, even though I like that, I like a 1-point win.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll take that because you can coach hard on this. Yeah, it felt like a loss, but we still won. These are the things we need to get better at. But having 11 sacks in 2 weeks or whatever it is, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You can't win
Right.
like that. If your quarterback is on the turf that many times, when you start to play these teams where it's close, you're not going to come out on top.
Right. And they've been struggling trying to get to the passer. Other than that one game where I think they had 5 sacks, they only had 1 sack last week. And then prior to the one game where they had 5 sacks, I think they had 4 sacks in like 4 weeks. So they have been, they started off hot, but they have been struggling. Any response by Trey? I know you went after Myles Garrett, which I love that one. But any response from Trey?
Over the years, I've been going back and forth with him because he's a pass rusher.
I like it.
We look similar, stuff like that. So I just hit him up like this offseason. I said, hey, get to New England and stay in the basement in the offseason.
I like that. I like Trey.
And then he got paid. So the dude's making like $30 million this year. So
right, but it's only a 1-year deal, so he'll still be.
But here's the thing that I'm worried about. I don't think the Patriots would pay him $30 million unless someone else is like. They're not going to go and pay him the top dollar because he's 32. He's going to be 32 or 33, so that's not going to happen. I just don't know why you wouldn't go and use some of your draft equity and get proven quality players.
Right.
The draft is just a crapshoot on potential.
Mm-hmm.
We are drafting you in the first round because we potentially think you are a first-round talent. But I've seen plenty of guys that are drafted high that can't play a lick. Oh, yeah. So I would rather take my, third-round pick or fourth-round pick and go and get a guy that could give me maybe 2 to 3 years of what we have seen him play in the NFL at a high level. That's what I want. And as a football player, you know this. I don't care about 5 years from now. I might not be in the league in 2 years. I want to win right now.
Right.
And I want to have the best season for myself so I can get as much money as I can in the next year or 2 or 3, or if my contract's up in 2 years. I need the best 2 years right now. Because what's the saying? You win, you get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The teams that get to the Super Bowl, the teams that win, a lot of them guys get overpaid with their contracts when they're up. So if you're a team like the Patriots right now, you got to take advantage of this start and the schedule that you have and the down year with the league. Take advantage of it.
Right.
Go get a couple of pieces that are available.
It seems like the narrative that they are pushing out to some is that this is year one, and that's why they weren't that anxious to part with draft
Yeah, but what if
picks
you're like Hunter Henry and it's your year 9?
Well,
Year one is like my last year, potentially, depending on like a season. You never know. But I understand, yes, this is our year one of the process on forging it in Foxborough.
Right.
It was a cold day in Foxborough.
Yeah.
But
The New
guess
England
what? That
Patriots.
process might not work in year two, so you strike while the iron's hot. And that's something that I expect from Mike Vrabel, a guy who's played and understands. And he always tells us, Nick, how hard it is to win in the NFL. So I would think he would know, like, we're in a great position. I understand we're trying to build for the future. It's build for the future, but win now. And the fact that they didn't do anything, I think we've been trying to discuss all morning, trying to figure out why, getting to the bottom of why wouldn't they. It doesn't make sense to me. I think it's a disappointment. I still have confidence in the team, but I think it's a major, major swing and miss.
I think it's a huge swing and miss. I think when you look at the roster, they lack some depth. They lack, offensive line wise. If God forbid anything happens to anybody, who's going to be a tackle if they have another guy go down or have one guy go? Who's going to be the inside linebacker if somebody goes down? Who's going to be the pass rusher? And, you play a better team. Now, we'll see because they're going to be playing a better team. You can't beat teams having to bring 5 guys to get to the quarterback. You have to rush 4, have confidence that your front 4 can get there, and use that extra piece in the secondary in coverage or the back. So I think it's going to be challenging moving forward because we don't know the rest of the league. It's such a weird year, and I talked about this before. Certain teams, you think they're going to be better, and then they're not. I mean, look at Indianapolis, right? They just lost to the Steelers. I didn't expect them to lose to the Steelers. I thought that would be a game that they could win. But on the flip side of it, you're the Patriots. You're playing good football, but I don't think they're playing necessarily great football. There's some mistakes. There's a ton of sacks. Atlanta was the 28th ranked offensive team in scoring, and they almost beat you. So there's things, and that's the beauty of a football season. You have 1 week season every single week. You put yourself in a position by Thanksgiving to make a run, and you have to get better week to week. So I would expect that the offensive line is going to do whatever they can to try and protect the quarterback, because at the end of the day, your quarterback's the most valuable piece you got. And he's looking great, but you can't expect him to shoulder all the pressure and all this whole team without having some protection up front and some help so he can not get hit. Freaking, how many times you get hit in this game?
Oh,
A bunch.
yeah,
A bunch.
Nick, who do you? We were talking about this earlier. Obviously, we don't know, but who do you think was behind the lack of movement off of those picks? Do you think that it's Mike Vrabel's operation now, and he's in for the long haul, and he doesn't want to mortgage the future? Or do you think this is Kraft saying we've been so bad in the draft, we can't just get rid of these guys willy-nilly. We have to start getting and keeping draft picks?
Honestly, I think that they have a value system like everyone does. Like, and you look across the NFL, they look at what they are going to get for what they're giving up. And certain teams, they don't care. You look at Indianapolis, what'd they get from the Jets?
Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner. And
now they
two,
just improved
two first rounders.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, she got fleeced. Like, who cares?
I don't think she cares. I think this is a year that she's going all in.
Yeah.
And what was something that they needed, so they went and got it. Now, I would assume that if you're Sauce Gardner and you're with the Jets and they have no future this year, they're not going to be in the playoffs, and then you get traded to the Colts,
right?
You're pretty jacked up.
Oh, yeah.
You're saying to yourself, I just went from one of the worst teams to a top team, and I could be a piece that gets to the playoffs and does something special. So there's a motivating factor, too, to being traded to a better team. A lot of these guys, you look at some of the disgruntled players that are on really bad teams, the reason why they want to get out and go somewhere different or better is because they don't want to have another losing season. If you're blessed, I'm talking if you are like 0.001%, you get 10 seasons. The average is 3 seasons or 3.2.
Yeah.
So most guys don't even get 3-4 full seasons to see what happens. So if you're on a bad team, your career is like a flash. It's over, and you have nothing to show for it. That's why some of these guys, when they're holding out for more money, I have no problems for that. But when you decide to take the money to stay on a terrible team,
i.e. Myles Garrett,
yeah, you take the money, and then you start to realize, well, I'm going to have a ton of money, but I'm going to have nothing other than the money, nothing else to show for it. No playoff appearances, no wins, no Super Bowls, nothing that puts my name on something that lasts forever. Nothing.
Right. And that's what's happening with Myles Garrett. That's why I thought there was a real chance. Now, I know I'm glad you slid into Myles' DM, but I knew, like, all right, that was like fantasy pie in the sky. But I really felt maybe a Max Crosby could have been that guy.
I would love that too.
Because he seems like, all right, I know he loves playing for Vegas, and I know he loves, and I know he says all the right things, but he looks like he's a guy that wants to go somewhere and win. And damn near, he's like one of the only defensive ends in the league that plays every snap. And it looks like he would have been a guy that you have a relationship with, Tom over there, and said, hey, listen, we'll give you a first-round pick. I don't really care. 2 first-round picks for for Max Crosby. And I thought maybe that would be something that they could work out.
Pass rusher, somebody that's an impact player that you can get this year to help you in a late season push, playoffs. I mean, look, all these playoff games, they come down to 1 or 2 plays. So if you have a pass rusher that gets a sack, I mean, think about the last play before the half of Atlanta. If that play doesn't happen, they don't almost tie the game by a field goal.
Right.
So it's one play. I mean, basically one play in these close games, especially in the playoff, determines your fate. So you get one player that can make that play, it changes everything.
Speaking of Tom Brady, as Wiggy was, or we probably should talk about the dog this morning while you're here. It's a weird.
I mean, listen, we all love our dogs. We all love our dogs. And I know, Greg, you went through, painful loss recently. And I think some people just can't fathom that dog isn't ever going to be back here again. Just similar to people. I mean, it's terrible, but that's life. That's what you have to go through. And I think it's strange to. I mean, it's like
strange
to clone a dog.
It's one of the weirder things I've ever heard about.
I don't know. I
mean, would you clone your dog?
Yeah, I think I would.
You would clone your dog?
It's kind of nice to have that in your back pocket. I have a 3-year-old dog, and I'm
what's
like,
next? The person?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's also the craziest part. Colossal, which is the company that he has invested in and used
How much
to
do you
clone.
think it costs to clone a dog?
Well,
probably
Colossal.
pretty expensive.
I don't
They
know if you
gave it
know
to
this,
him for
but
the investment?
Colossal is the company that I've spoken about previously that have brought back the dinosaurs.
Why would you bring back? Didn't we watch Jurassic Park? It doesn't end well.
But they're going to create a Jurassic Park. That will happen.
It is so wrong to do that. Adopt a dog, Tom.
Go get a dog that it needs.
And this
new
is
home.
Curtis saying this, by the way,
Awful.
who never criticizes the man.
So anyway,
But I think a part of it is the fact that it's an investment opportunity for him.
that's probably
But
what if the dog bites him or something?
I mean, I guess there's never enough money.
What if-
We were just talking about Elon Musk.
If something happens to that,
Comes
like,
back like Cujo.
yeah. No, Pet Cemetery.
He literally
Right?
He drew blood from his dog as the dog got older.
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady has a clone of his dog running around his house.
It also will never be the same dog because I believe this was their family dog. So it's a different circumstance where this dog's going to be brought up. Like it's not going to be the same dog.
Is there any doubt that Tom's going to clone himself?
No.
Oh no, definitely. But you
he
see,
probably has. I mean, maybe he has a Giselle clone that's hanging around. the
I
house.
definitely don't think he has one of those.
There's no martial arts
way,
with that one.
because he already knows that thing ain't gonna end badly. AB tried to tell him.
Maybe 20 years younger.
Yeah, but it's like we've seen a million movies. Every time you try to get the clone, like you said, Pet Cemetery,
it
try to
doesn't
bring
work
kids.
out.
They always come back with this evil twist. I mean,
Listen, I was texting with Jen Hill about this because she, we all loved Kobe. I just don't think you can bring yourself. It's not the same. It's not the same dog. It's not. It's just a very weird. I mean, who wouldn't think about it and go, "Oh, if I could have a new version of Kobe Woby, then yes, I would do it." But
why not just breed your dog?
But this is the psychology of Tom.
Would you change if you could clone yourself? Would you change anything in yourself?
yeah, I would be thinner. What Curtis?
I just think that this is his defect. Like, he played football as long as he possibly could because he thought he could bend time. And now he's done playing football, so he's trying to bend time for his dog. He's trying, like, it's not going to end well with Tom, I'm sad to say. Like, this is just sad.
He's definitely going Teddy ball game, freezing himself.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of people that have done this. Tom's just the first one to speak about it. There are plenty of very rich people that do weird woo-woo things. I bet that this is...
my grandpa would always talk about levels to life. So it's like a step, right? You're normal, you're at one level.
Yeah.
You have a little more money, you get up to the next level.
Yeah.
And then you keep climbing these levels until you're out in outer space. You're basically like an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you don't eat what we eat. You don't live how we live.
Well, like the guy trying to live forever.
Right?
But Brian Johnson or whatever his name is.
Yes, that guy's a weirdo.
That guy,
they're all weirdos.
It's like you're cuckoo.
They're weirdos. But it's why they refer to billionaires as eccentric when what it really is they are weird AF. They are and they just have so much money that it's they don't even think about it. I just don't
Look
know.
at the transformation of Bezos compared to when he was on like Leno in '99.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like
now
the
he's
same
on the
species.
sauce.
Yeah, the money.
Now he's all jacked up.
300
Hey, he's on the TRT, I think.
Yeah, he looks like Mr. Clean.
I think there's like 300 Americans that have already frozen themselves, so to be brought back.
Yeah, but when you're old, like you're frozen, but you're old.
And
Well,
really
that's the
dive
thing. Like
into
the guy Shine brought up, he is trying to stay at like a genetic age of say 30 something.
Yeah, is his son giving
He
him
looks
like
weird.
He does look
transfusion.
weird.
His face looks like he's had a facelift or
Yes.
something.
He also have you ever seen what he eats in a day?
No.
It's sad.
Is
There's
it-
no way. It's not a way to live.
It's not going to live.
That's so weird. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, nobody gets out of this thing alive.
No.
So doesn't matter how you.
And how good is McDonald's? Like,
I had I had a quarter pounder the other day, and the fries.
So
oh,
good.
it's
The Big
good.
Mac is the Big Mac is
The
the
Big
best.
Mac?
It's the best.
No.
It's the best
Come
fast
on.
food item of all time.
Come on,
bar
Rob.
none. It's the
Hands
best.
down. It's not even close.
It's not even close.
Who goes to
I-
McDonald's for a quarter pounder?
No,
I do.
You don't have.
I had like
do you at
two
least
quarter pounders,
do you at least sub
and it's
the
good. It's now it's real meat. Okay,
Oh.
they say is
that what they tell you?
Fresh real meat.
But do you at least sub mac sauce on the quarter pounder?
No.
What?
No, that's the. You know what I did have the other day? I was at Red Rooster, and they had a Big Mac salad. It was actually really good.
they have one at Encore
Island
too.
dressing.
It's
So
really
it was
good.
like chopped salad with like the cheese,
Thousand Island dressing.
pickles,
Yep.
Thousand Island dressing, tomatoes,
Very good.
and a hamburger patty on top.
Let me ask
And
you
you feel
this.
healthy.
I felt really healthy
I know we're
and
up,
hydrated.
I know we're up against it here, but at some point, because if Tom is doing this, and a part of it is the investment in the company and the, he has to go public with it so that people
See, I don't
go.
want people to clone their dogs
Okay,
and
but
cats. And
is he harming his legacy when he does all of
Not
this
his
stuff
football
for
legacy.
money?
no,
No.
not his football
Okay, but
legacy.
just his general brand.
No,
like,
he'll never hurt
He's
his general
capitalizing.
band.
He's
brand.
capitalizing on the opportunity
Yeah.
to continue to make money. I mean, you can't fault him for it.
Right.
Like if somebody's going to approach you and say, "Hey, I'll give you $10 million to go do this thing," you're going to say,
No-brainer.
"All right, I guess I'll do that. I'm
Yeah.
going to throw
What
football
what
around."
he is all he is like people who know him go like, bro, you weird now, man. So when you see him, you bust his balls, like like I think that's. But he's at a
I'd
whole.
now like to turn it over to His Excellency Turkey Olive Sheikh.
Could you make the argument that even with Jordan, that Brady has changed more than Belichick?
yes. I think you might be able to make that argument, Curtis.
So
From when
the
he
only
was
thing-
first here.
The only thing
Yes.
that when you look at people that are chasing youth and to look younger, you're never gonna win.
Well,
No.
Bill's
So
dating it. Tom's
You
trying
keep
to do it.
chasing it, and you keep doing the things and whatever you're gonna do. Eventually, you see the 65-year-old, and you go, "Oh my gosh, what did that guy do to himself?"